On the news tonight, reps move to boost DSS operational capacity. Federal government plans evacuation of over 700 Nigerians from South Africa before June 30. And suspected gang leader shot dead in Ecuador. Good evening, and thank you for joining us on the news around the world. I am Boluwaji Ogumola, and on the sign language corner is Korede Oluleye. The House of Representatives has commenced the consideration of 3 bills aimed at strengthening the operational capacity of the Department of State Services, with a focus on sustainable funding, intelligence training, and indigenous research. Speaking at a public hearing in Abuja, Chairman of the House Committee on National Security and Intelligence, Ahmed Satomi, said that the proposed laws seek to enhance intelligence operations through improved financing, professional development, and local technological innovation. Speaker of the House, Abbas Tajuddin, described the national security as the foundation of economic growth and democratic governance, stressing that the bills would help address challenges such as terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, and cybercrime. The proposed legislations include the DSS Security Trust Fund Bill, the DSS Research and Development Bureau Bill, and the Strategic Intelligence Management Institute Bill, with stakeholders from government agencies, security institutions, and civil society groups present. The federal government has assured Nigerians in South Africa that all citizens willing to return home amid ongoing anti-migrant attacks will be evacuated before the June 30 deadline, with 258 Nigerians already airlifted and received in Lagos. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Bianca Odumego Ojukwu, said about 1,000 Nigerians have registered for evacuation, adding that arrangements are being finalized to bring back the remaining citizens in line with President Bola Tinubu's directives. She expressed concern over reports of discrimination and attacks against Nigerians, noting that the government is engaging South African authorities through diplomatic channels while exploring lawful options to address the situation. The minister also lamented the impact of anti-migrant activities on South Africa's image, revealing that countries including Ghana, Malawi, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique have also begun evacuating their nationals as concerns over the attacks continue to grow. The Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, Lagos State Branch, has expressed concern over the ongoing 3-day warning strike by resident doctors at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, LASIT, warning that the action could escalate into a wider healthcare disruption if urgent intervention is not made. The association said the strike was triggered by unresolved welfare issues, including delayed implementation of revised professional allowances, unpaid promotion arrears, inadequate welfare support, and other long-standing concerns affecting medical personnel. Among the demands of the resident doctors are the completion of the resident doctors' quarters and residency training center, payment of specialists and teaching allowances, approval of the 2026 Medical Residency Training Fund, and improved security within the hospital environment. The NMA urged the Lagos State government, hospital management, and relevant stakeholders to engage the striking doctors urgently, warning that continued delays could trigger broader industrial actions and negatively impact healthcare delivery across the state. We shall now take a short commercial. Please don't go away.
When malaria knocks you down, you can be sure parasites are having a party in your system.
Welcome to our new kingdom, guys!
Comel, an effective weapon against malaria. Attacking the parasite army directly to give you express relief and get you back on your feet effectively. Comel on, malaria gone.
My skin is my identity, my strength. It's unique and deserves care made specially for me. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Even Glow, enriched with 95% pure vitamin C and pulp extract. For visibly radiant and even-toned skin in just 2 weeks. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Even Glow, for your shade of beautiful.
The Kwara State Police Command has dismissed reports of a bandit invasion in Okeoyi, Ilorin East local government area, describing the information as false and capable of causing panic among residents. The command said that it has commenced efforts to identify and prosecute the individual responsible for the false alarm, which temporarily disrupted activities at Government Girls Secondary School, Okeoyi. Police spokesperson Adetun Ejire Adeyemi said officers were immediately deployed after reports of a suspected bandit attack emerged, and necessary steps were taken to verify the claim and ensure public safety. The command urged residents to remain vigilant, avoid spreading unverified information, and continue reporting suspicious activities through appropriate security channels, assuring the public of adequate measures to protect lives and property across the state. Retired military officers and associates of late Major General Rabi Abubakar have called for comprehensive reforms of Nigeria's security architecture following his death after being abducted by bandits in Katsina State. Speaking at a press conference in Kaduna, Brigadier General Ismaila Abdullahi, retired, described the incident as a tragic reminder of the growing insecurity confronting the country. The retired officers commended efforts by the federal government and the Katsina state government that led to the rescue of the deceased's wife, Hajia Amina Rabi Abubakar, but stressed the need for stronger measures against banditry, kidnapping, and terrorism. They also warned against politicizing insecurity or giving it ethnic and regional interpretations, insisting that terrorism, kidnapping, and banditry are national challenges requiring a united response from all stakeholders. As security challenges continue to threaten peace and development across the country, stakeholders in Ibadan Northwest local government have called for stronger collaboration among government, security agencies, and residents to protect lives and property. The call was made at a Stakeholders Security Summit convened to address emerging security threats and explore sustainable solutions for safer communities. Our reporter, Adiola Oladele, has the details from the local government secretariat, Onireke, Ibadan.
The Ibadan Northwest Stakeholders Security Summit brought together government officials, security personnel, community leaders, and other stakeholders to deliberate on prevailing security concerns, identify practical solutions, and strengthen collaborative efforts towards ensuring a safer society. Addressing participants, the chairman of Ibadan Northwest Local Government, Alhaji Abdurrahman Adepoju, reiterated the council's commitment to supporting security agencies through strategic collaboration, provision of logistics within available resources, and the creation of platforms that foster cooperation among relevant stakeholders. He noted that recent incidents of kidnapping and attacks on innocent citizens in various parts of the country, including the abduction of pupils and their teachers in Orire local government area of Oyo State, highlights the urgent need for collective action against insecurity.
We must cultivate the habit of reporting suspicious movements, strange activities, and criminal elements within our neighborhoods to the appropriate authorities. Timely and accurate information can help prevent crimes and save lives.
In separate presentations, the representative of the Deputy Commissioner of Police, State Criminal Investigation Department, Iyagonku, CSP Rotimi Ogundipe, and the Area Commander, Area A Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Iyagonku, ACC Ajibola Sonda, stressed the importance of intelligence gathering, timely information sharing, conflict resolution, and peaceful coexistence as critical tools for tackling security challenges. Also speaking, Special Assistant to the Governor on Security Matters, Honorable Abayomi Fagbenru, described security as a major priority of the administration of Governor Seyi Makinde and reaffirmed the government's commitment to strengthening the state security architecture. He encouraged residents to make use of the state toll-free emergency number 615 to report suspicious activities and security threats for prompt intervention.
Initiative that the present administration put in place is that initiative about calling 615. That whenever you see something, you say something. And whenever you want to say something too, the people should make sure that what they are saying is actually the correct information needed for us to be able to take care of whatever that problems might be. So I'm just going to urge all the people of Oyo State, not just Oyo State alone, but the entire Nigeria, that security is solely the responsibility of every citizen. So we all need to come together at this trying time and work our differences and find a way to eliminate this problem that is facing our nation.
The summit, themed Rising Security Challenges and Their Effects on Society, The Way Forward, also featured interactive sessions and goodwill messages from stakeholders, all aimed at promoting collective responsibility in safeguarding communities. Adeola Oladile, BCOS News.
Another timeout. Please stay tuned.
Wearing many hats takes a lot out of you. You always need all the nourishing goodness you can get. Especially if you're someone like me that is a foodie. The ultimate meal companion.
A PhD student.
Rich in B vitamins for focus. Yes, we all need it, because every side of you deserves to be nourished.
Oh, remember how mom used to wake up before everybody to make breakfast, iron our uniform? That's surprise that woman with something special.
Treasure Mom this 2026 with a trip to Zanzibar in the 3 Crowns Mom of the Year competition. Write a note using each letter in your mom's name and upload with a photo of 5,000 Naira worth of 3 Crowns products on our website or at any of our collection centers. T's and C's apply. 3 Crowns Milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
Members of staff of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, BCOS, have been admonished to always cooperate among themselves and portray the corporation in good light. The executive chairman of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, Chief Mrs. Dotun Laiton, gave this charge during a meeting alongside 2 board members with members of staff of the corporation at its premises. Staff reporter Bimbo Akombi reports.
The general manager of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, Mrs. Taiwo Adebowale, had earlier explained the essence of the general meeting. It is a way to block communication gap between the employer and the employee. Chairman of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, Mrs. Dotun Olaiton, seized the opportunity to enlighten workers on the reasons of scattered salary payments among members of staff following alleged fake news being spread by some members of staff that the management was not being prudent. The chairman pointed out that the corporation had been doing its best to ensure that it stays on top, considering the present financial situation of the corporation. She added that in face of financial realities, the corporation's subvention was increased to a level while the corporation adds to it through its internally generated revenue, which has become difficult to totally achieve due to the economic situation of the country.
I tell you with all sense of responsibilities that pensioners take 28 million plus every month. Levels 1 to 8 in BCOS take over 22 million. Operational costs are there. Energy costs are there, which is, the energy cost is just a bit better than what we had before.
After the explanations, the chairman promised to block all loopholes and work hard to ensure that BCOS comes back to light.
I beg you, all the checks and balances, all the templates, keep them alive. Everybody become a commercial officer. You all go to churches and you all go to mosques. But I'm begging you, help your alma mater. This is your alma mater. Help your alma mater. Help BCOS to survive.
Some members of staff in their various remarks enjoined the chairman and board members to always make communication a key strategy in the line of duty. Two board members that accompanied the chairman was Prince Olumuyiwa Akinbiyi and Honorable Akin Ajao Bimbo Akanbi, BCOS News.
As economic realities continue to pose challenges for many households, financial discipline and a strong saving culture have become increasingly important for achieving financial stability and long-term security. Experts says prudent spending and regular savings can help individuals meet future needs, cope with emergencies, and avoid unnecessary debts. Staff reporter Olubumile Wall examines the importance of financial discipline and saving habits.
Financial discipline is the ability to manage money responsibly through careful spending, budgeting, and informed financial decision-making. It involves prioritizing essential needs, avoiding impulsive purchases, and maintaining a balance between income and expenditure. Closely linked to this is the habit of saving, which entails setting aside a portion of one's income on a regular basis for future needs. Savings can serve as a financial cushion during emergencies and can also be used for education, investment, business expansion, retirement, and other life goals. Speaking on the importance of financial planning, a financial expert, Mr. Tuji Adekweju, stressed the need for individuals to embrace financial discipline and cultivate a saving culture through formal banking channels, cooperative societies, periodic contributions, and other structured savings platforms.
You know, when you make mention of savings, I give credit to our market women. These people that go around Alajo, they do a lot of this savings for people. And when you also belong to a cooperative society, whether at work or in your community, you can gain a lot. You make a savings of probably 10,000 naira, just a hypothetical figure. And in your society, you can take up to, 300% of your savings. And with all this that you take, and which we call in those days, we call Okon.
Mr. Adekweju acknowledged that economic challenges such as inflation, fluctuating market conditions, and low income levels often make saving difficult. However, he advised individuals to develop realistic and flexible budgets, prioritize essential expenditures, and reduce unnecessary spending in order to maintain financial stability. As
a person, you cannot control your income, whether you are a civil servant, a public servant, or a self-employed, because it is what comes in that is your income. What you can check and monitor and control is what goes out from you.
Some respondents also shared their views on financial discipline and savings. While a number of them noted that they are able to save consistently and adhere to spending plans, others attributed their inability to do so to prevailing economic pressures and rising living costs.
I'm a family man. I have members of a certain family who can decide to come to me for any assistance at any point in time. And also, as an African, so it is even alien to our culture. You can't be strict with your spending. So there are occasions that are things that you didn't even dream of will crop up, and you have to do something to tackle it.
Have a current account to run the business, and then a savings account to take care of all these little expenses and some other things. So definitely in a month we have a budget, but you know that we have to be dynamics because of the situations of the country. If you budgeted and that this is what we are going to spend this month, definitely there will be a variation because of the fluctuations in the economy and some other things.
As a family woman, we try to follow the budget, but it's not possible with the economy we are right now, because when you budget to do something, maybe for a certain amount, when you get to market, you realize that the actual amount budgeted for is not the amount you are going to meet at the market. So at times we try to work towards it, but it doesn't really work.
Financial experts maintain that financial discipline and consistent saving remain critical tools for attaining financial independence and long-term prosperity. By planning effectively, spending wisely, and saving regularly, individuals can build a more secure future and improve their overall quality of life. Despite prevailing economic uncertainties, those who embrace prudent financial practices are better positioned to withstand financial shocks and achieve their personal and financial goals. Olubunmi Lawal, BCOS News.
Another timeout. Please don't go away.
Oh, remember how mom used to wake up before everybody to make breakfast, iron our uniform? That surprised that woman with something special.
Treasure Mom this 2026 with a trip to Zanzibar in the 3 Crowns Mom of the Year competition. Write a note using each letter in your mom's name and upload with a photo of 5,000 Naira worth of 3 Crowns products on our website or at any of our collection centers. T's and C's apply. 3 Crowns Milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
Bible. They use money point. Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm. Money Point, made for your progress.
Wearing many hats takes a lot out of you. You always need all the nourishing goodness you can get. Especially if you're someone like me that is a foodie. The ultimate meal companion.
A PhD student.
Rich in B vitamins for focus. Yes, we all need it, because every side of you deserves to be nourished.
Our bodies get serums, washes, lotions, cleansers, scrubs, but underarms only get deodorant? That's why our new breakthrough formula contains pure hyaluron and vitamin C to deeply care for your underarms for a softer and even skin tone in 2 weeks. With 72 hours sweat and odor protection, try the new Nivea Derma Control Natural Tone, because your underarms deserve more. Nivea is for skin.
29-year-old Boluwatife Babalola has been receiving support from kind-hearted individuals in her battle against kidney disease. But the funds raised so far are still far from being enough to secure the life-saving transplant she urgently needs. Boluwatife, whose health reportedly deteriorated shortly after completing her university education in 2024, has since relied on frequent dialysis sessions and regular blood transfusions while continuing to appeal for financial assistance. Our reporter, Adiola Oladele, tells the story.
29-year-old Boluwatife Babalola walked into the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, BCOS, seeking not employment or opportunity, but a chance to survive. Boluwatife's life took an unexpected turn shortly after completing her studies in 2024, when she was diagnosed with a severe kidney-related illness. Since then, she has been battling the condition, relying on regular dialysis and blood transfusions to stay alive, while hoping for a permanent solution.
I'm 29 years old and I graduated from Dominion University. So it happened like 2024 October, the week to my convocation. I was supposed to go for my convocation that week. I just noticed that my stomach was heavy, as in it looked swollen, but I didn't even count it as anything. So people said it is blood, so they took me to the hospital. So when I got there, they said they gave me 2 pounds of blood, was still the same thing. So they referred me to UCH. So when I got to emergency at UCH, after like 2 days, they diagnosed me of kidney failure.
According to her, medical experts have recommended an urgent kidney transplant as the only viable option to save her life. However, the procedure and associated medical expenses are estimated at about 45 million naira, an amount far beyond the financial capacity of a family.
You say that as soon as possible because of the dialysis is too much. So I should try to get the transplant done as quick as possible. I want people to help me because even all my family, because it's not easy for them. As all of them, they don't know what to do again. Even every day, mommy used to cry. Every day, she cried every day because she said, I'm too young for all this. So we don't even know where we want to get the money. I just want people to help me. It's God help I need now. I need people's help. It's people help and God help. That's all my only hope now. There's no other hope for me.
As the race against time continues, Boluwatife is appealing to well-meaning Nigerians, corporate organizations, philanthropists, and charitable groups to come to her aid. Individuals willing to support a kidney transplant and ongoing medical treatment can contact the News and Current Affairs Department of the BCOS or make donations through the account details displayed on the screen. For Boluwatife, every contribution represents a renewed hope for survivor and a chance to reclaim her earth, dreams, and future. Adeola Oladele, BCOS News.
Just as it was during his lifetime, the Oluwokekere Basharon residents of the late Are Muslimi of Yorubaland, Edo and Delta State, Alhaji Abdulaziz Arishekola, attracted a large gathering of family members, associates, Islamic clerics, and admirers. The gathering was for the 12th memorial prayer held in his honor. Staff reporter Adebayo Abdurafi reports.
Late Alhaji Abdulaziz Arishekola Alao was a distinguished businessman, foremost Islamic leader, philanthropist, and the first Are Muslimi of Yorubaland, Edo and Delta states, widely celebrated for his generosity, religious devotion, and unwavering commitment to humanity. He dedicated much of his wealth and influence to the promotion of Islam, education, interfaith harmony, and the welfare of the less privileged. To commemorate the 12th anniversary of his passing, Islamic clerics led by the chief imam of Ibadan land, Sheikh Abdul Ghani Yagbotomokekere, family members led by his younger brother, Alhaji Abu Alao, associates led by Professor Kamil Koyejo Olosho, and thousands of beneficiaries of his philanthropy gathered for special prayers in his memory. Delivering the sermon, the Alpha Agba of Ibadan land, Dr. Abdulbari Adetunji, described the late Arishekola Alao as a man who lived a life of service, positively impacted humanity, and tirelessly strove in the cause of Allah.
Ọjọ́ ọ̀kan pàtàkì, ọjọ́ Ààrẹ Mùsùlùmí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, wọ́n sì kópa ribiribi nípa ànáwó, nípa ànára, wọ́n kó ọmọ òrukàn mọ́ra, wọ́n kó àwọn okó mọ́ra, wọ́n kó àwọn àfáà mọ́ra, wọ́n náwó wọn síbi ẹ̀sìn Islam, wọ́n kó àwọn mọ́sálásí, wọ́n kó àwọn institution. Iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wọn náà ṣàdúrà fún wọn. Ọlọ́gan náà sọ pé gbogbo àwọn tí ń bẹ̀rù hun iná lè mú tẹ́kí náà mọ̀fásà. Àlùjánnà ni wọ́n ń lọ.
Speaking on behalf of associates of the late Islamic leader, Professor Kamil Koyejo Olosho described him as a colossus whose legacies continue to speak long after his demise. He noted that beyond sponsoring thousands of Muslims to the Holy Lands, Arishekola Alao also supported Christian pilgrimages to Jerusalem demonstrating his commitment to religious tolerance and peaceful coexistence.
There is no where Are is not remembered for the good he has done before his departure from this world. And today, we are also gathered to recite the whole of the Quran and Dalailul Khairat for the repose of his soul. It is our fervent prayer that Are, even before the day of judgment, will be guest of the Almighty Allah at what the Almighty calls Iliyin.
In a remark, Alhaji Abu Alao said, the annual memorial prayer remains a family obligation, recalling that the late Arishekola Alao personally organized annual prayers for their departed parents while he was alive.
La ṣe fáwọn náà torí àwọn òkú ní ìdí àdúrà because àmọ́ kò tí ń wà ló ń jẹ́ kí a máa ṣe lọ́dọọdún.
A major highlight of the event was the distribution of food items and other relief materials to hundreds of less privileged persons in attendance. Born on February 14, 1945 in Ibadan, Alhaji Abdulaziz Arishekola Alao rose from humble beginnings to become one of Nigeria's most successful indigenous entrepreneurs, with business interests spanning transportation, real estate, publishing, agriculture, insurance, and manufacturing. Though he passed on in 2014, his enduring legacy of faith, philanthropy, and service to humanity continues to inspire generations. Adebayo Abdurafi, BCOS News.
Now to the world of sports. Teboho Mokwena's late penalty gifted South Africa their first point of the ongoing 2026 FIFA World Cup after wasteful Czech Republic failed to make their chances pay in a 1-1 draw in Atlanta. For more sports updates, let's join Toby Ajewale.
Good evening and welcome to the sports segment of the evening news. My name is Toby Ajewale.
Three-time champions El Kanami Warriors of Maiduguri will face Ikorodu City in the men's final of this year's President's Federations Cup. El Kanami booked their place with a 3-1 victory over Wiki Tourists in Katsina, while Ikorodu City pulled off a dramatic 4-2 penalty shootout win over Nasarawa United at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin City after a 1-1 draw in regulation time. So with domestic football stories, Gon Khalifat Football Club has strongly denied social media reports claiming the club is selling its Nigeria Premier Football League slot. Club President Amefula Chukwudi described the claims as false and misleading, reaffirming the club's full commitment to competing in the top flight next season and its openness to strategic partnerships and sponsorships. And in the FIFA World Cup, Portugal were held to a disappointing 1-1 draw by spirited DR Congo side in their opening group match. João Neves gave Portugal an early lead, but Juan Witzer equalized in the first half stoppage time. Cristiano Ronaldo was unable to find the net as the 41-year-old continues his quest for a goal in a record 6th World Cup. In other action, Ghana left it late to secure a 1-0 victory over Panama in Toronto. Caleb Urenki scored the 95th minute winner, denying Panama their first ever World Cup point. The result leaves Ghana with a tough next fixture against group leaders England, who had earlier defeated Croatia 4-2. Finally, sport news tonight from tennis. Men's British number 5, Arthur Ferry, produced the biggest win of his career so far, defeating France's Adrian Manarino 7-6, 6-4 to reach the quarterfinals of the HSBC Championships at Queen's Club. The 23-year-old wildcard, who needed treatment for a nosebleed during the match, said the victory on home soil in front of British fans was special. Ferry will now face 7th-seed Francisco Carandulo in the last 8.
And that will be all. And it's back to news around the world. My name is Toby Ajewale.
Thank you, Toby Ajewale. Now to the foreign scene. An Ecuadorian man who police accuse of leading a faction of one of the country's most feared criminal gangs has been shot dead as he was leaving the airport in Ecuador's largest city, Guayaquil. Foreign desk editor Folashade Akintola compiled the story and others as presented by Bimbo Akambi.
Security footage shows two young men waiting outside the arrival terminal holding stuffed toys and flowers before one of them approached the victim, pulled out his gun from behind a teddy and shoots him point blank. Police have detained two teenagers in connection with the crime, the latest in a widespread wave of gang violence. This latest deadly shooting came just a day after Ecuador's president declared a fresh state of emergency in 10 provinces, including Guayas, where the attack unfolded. Ecuador's Interior Minister John Reinberg identified the victim of the attack as 39-year-old Carlos Alberto Suastegui Villanueva, who he said was the leader of the Los Aguilas gang in El Trifino, a region east of Guayaquil. Los Aguilas, which was designated as a terrorist organization by Ecuador's President Daniel Noboa in 2024, is accused of being heavily involved in drug trafficking and extortion. Israeli airstrikes on southern Lebanon have killed at least 3 people, Lebanese state media has reported, a day after the United States and Iran signed an interim agreement that called for an end to their war on all fronts, including Lebanon. Lebanon's national news agency reported on Thursday that an Israeli drone attack hit a car near the town of Kfar Tebnet, killing 2 people. At least 1 person was killed in a separate Israeli strike in Zabadin, the news reported. NNA also reported that a strike carried out by an Israeli drone in the town of Beit Rahun in the Nabatea governorate wounded 2 people. The strikes occurred as Israel faces pressure to halt its attacks on Lebanon and pull out all occupying forces as part of the agreement with the US-Iran agreement to extend their ceasefire. However, Israel's military released a map on Thursday showing what it says are the current positions of its forces inside southern Lebanon, extending about 10 kilometers. That is about 6.2 miles into Lebanese territory along its yellow line, a framework similar to the Israeli military measure in the besieged Gaza Strip. Finally, an 18-year-old man has died after falling from a horse-drawn carriage in New York City. The teenager, identified locally as a tourist from India, was riding on the carriage in Central Park with 3 others when the driver stepped away to take a picture of the group, police told U.S. media. The horse then bolted before clipping another carriage and toppling over, footage showed. The critically injured young man was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The 3 other passengers did not require treatment, according to reports. The accident comes a week after a carriage horse called Denise died in Central Park from eating a toxic plant, according to the initial autopsy reports. Bimbo Akambi, BCOS News.
To end the news around the world, here again are the main points. The House of Representatives has commenced the consideration of 3 bills aimed at strengthening the operational capacity of the Department of State Services with a focus on sustainable funding, intelligence training, and indigenous research. The federal government has assured Nigerians in South Africa that all citizens willing to return home amid ongoing anti-migrant attacks will be evacuated before the June 30 deadline, with 258 Nigerians already airlifted and received in Lagos. And on the foreign scene, we told you that an Ecuadorian man who police accused of leading a faction of one of the country's most feared criminal gangs has been shot dead as he was leaving the airport in Ecuador's largest city, Guayaquil. BCOS TV is now on Niger TV app, and you can watch us from any part of the world. Also, BCOS website is live. Kindly visit www.bcostv.com. You can also reach us on GoTV, channel 134 and channel 113 on StarTimes. Now, before I go, if you see something suspicious, alert the authority for timely response. Be vigilant. That ends the news around the world. Good evening, and thanks for watching.